don't you move, because there is a reward in your obedience. I was thinking about this scripture that is found in 1 Corinthians chapter 15, verse 58, that declares, "Therefore, my beloved brethren, be ye steadfast, unmovable, always abounding in the work of the Lord, for your labor is not in vain." And this is why the enemy wants you to quit. This is why the enemy wants you to give up, because he understands that you're making headway, that your obedience is making impact. Don't you move, but be ye steadfast, stand still. For the Father says that the seeds that you're planting today is about to produce a harvest for you tomorrow. Don't you be moved by what you see. For the Father says, what you do for me is not in vain. He says, because I see your sacrifice, I see your labor of love, and it counts for something. And oftentimes in life, when we're obeying God, we want to know, is this thing counting? Do God see? Is there a harvest? Is there a blessing attached to it? The Father says there is a blessing attached to your obedience, and it's your obedience that's going to bring you into a harvest. Don't you discredit where you are. Don't you discredit your assignment, for the Father says it is not in vain. For this thing, put it at the bottom of the screen, this is not in vain. Yeah, what you do for God is not in vain. For the Father says, I've already marked it down, and I've already decided I'm going to bless you for your faithfulness. I'm going to bless you for your consistency. For the Father says, because you remain faithful over a few, I'm going to make you ruler over many. It is not in vain. What you did in secret, the Father says, I'm going to reward you openly. It is not in vain. What you do for God, how you had to push, how you had to press, the Father says, it is not in vain. For the Father says, there is no reward attached to your obedience. Don't you allow the enemy to get you out of place and get you off of post. Be steadfast and unmovable, because what you're doing, it counts